I was talking about before the break about how the NBA and the NFL, they have two different business models. The NBA's business model, since David Stern took over the reins as commissioner and he's handed it off to Adam Silver, it was always stars run the league. It wasn't about the shield, the logo, the culture, the coach. They'll fire coaches. I mean, they'll fire great coaches. The NBA is about stars first. And Adam Silver has taken that baton and even elevated it. He wants to change games, so the All-Star game now is players picking teams. And I'm for it. I think NBA is a very star-driven league. The NFL, I have noticed over the last couple of years, has done their research. And research is telling you that millennial viewers, 20, early 30s, are more about the star than the team. They like Kobe more than the Lakers, Odell more than the Giants. And so the NFL is seeing the same millennial research ESPN, Fox, NBC Sports are seeing. That's the research we all do is sometimes, Harris polls and all this stuff. Millennials are into stars and celebrities and Beckhams and J.J. Watts. The downside in football is because there's so much regulated violence, stars get hurt all the time. Just think of the NFL right now. Derek Carr out, J.J. Watt out, Beckham out, Mariota out, Gronk hurt, Barry out, Eric Berry, best safety in the sport. David Johnson, Arizona, out. Delvin Cook, Minnesota, running back, star, out for the year. Andrew Luck, out. So in the NBA, you build around stars, and if they're the right stars, there's very little, negativity. I mean, what's the downside? You sell Harden, you sell Westbrook, it sells shoes. But in the NFL, when you become star-driven over to the shield and over, like, the game is bigger than the player, they have clearly in the NFL shifted to an NBA model, which is, have you seen that commercial where the kid is in a Jets family and then he sneaks the box home and goes to his bedroom?
Yeah.
And it's OBJ. You didn't see that. That wasn't 10 years ago. The NFL owners were all about the logo and the shield, and it's not about the star. But the NFL is seeking growth. And when trees don't grow to the sky generally, so you build this league up, and it's a $100 stock. Everybody else is a $30 stock. And the NFL owners are like, where's our growth? So they start playing games in London. That's going to be growth. Let's play a game in Mexico City. There's our growth. Okay, let's is our growth in, let's create some real stars in marketing. OBJ, Watt, they're both out. Derek Carr, he's out. So they kind of borrowed a model from the NBA, and I think it's the right move to make, empower the players a little bit. My theory on the NFL now, and I really believe this, it sounds short-term like a loss, but I think long-term it's a big game. The NFL doesn't give much guaranteed money. Baseball contracts guaranteed, hockey contracts guaranteed, MLS contracts I think guaranteed mostly, NBA contracts guaranteed. The NFL doesn't guarantee them. They give you guaranteed money, but the contracts, they can cut Tom Brady tomorrow. I think if you gave more guaranteed money to players, now owners would blanch at that, then players would play 2 contracts, leave the sport at 29 years old, and you wouldn't get these CTE stories. That football should be played. I think it's a great thing for young boys to play, but it should be played with hitting from 15 to 28. So the window's 13 years of football. When you're hitting at 7 and you're playing till 37, that is 30 years of head trauma. If you don't hit until 14 to 15, and by the way, I'm going to USC football practice, they don't hit during the season at practice. So these colleges are reducing their hitting. You're seeing it at the high school level. There's a reduction of hitting. It's exactly what should happen. Kids start really then hitting at 15, and then if you guaranteed money, Odell Beckham signs one more contract at 28, he's out of the league. But that's not the football culture. It has been 8 years old you start hitting, and you get out at 38.
Do your kids play?
No, my son has no interest. I was talking to Michael Vick yesterday. Michael Vick's like, my son has no interest in sports. He wants to be an actor.
Really?
Yeah, and my son is tall. I'm 6'2", he's 11, and he's at my shoulder.
Wow.
Yeah, the doctor said he's going to be 6'6". And I'm like, you need to play volleyball. Because my son told me, he's like, Dad, who wants to get tackled? Like he told me.
I get it.
He loves to go to the beach. I put him in surf camp. He loves ski.
Basketball?
Yeah, no. He basketball. I've tried it with him. His mom played college basketball. I played a little hoop. So he looks the part. He's long and lanky and can shoot, but he doesn't love it. And I'm like, I didn't love sports till I was about 10, and he's 11. But he looks at football and he's just like, Dad, I don't want to get tackled. Now he does say he wants to wrestle in high school. He goes, I like the idea of wrestling, but I don't want to get. Just say it out loud. You want to walk around and get tackled. It's not for everybody.
No, I get it.
It's and Michael Vick, we were talking about it yesterday. It's like, I just think football, when I see J.J. Watt and Beckham and Gronk, this game at this level, Tom Brady's a complete outlier. It's not meant to be played for 15 years at this level. And I just like to see more guys get out, guaranteed money, go move back to your hometown, build a big ranch. You got your $25 million in the bank, your $10 million in the bank, and just go live a great life. And
mow the lawn every day.
And by the way, you're 29 and you live to be 69, 70, and you've had a hell of a life. By the way, if you're a good guy, you can do your card shows, you can do your appearances, a lot of these teams will hire you as a coach, an ambassador. So that's the way I think.
Play golf, find a hobby, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.